You are listening to the 8% Nation podcast, created to help you become a top producer in the insurance industry. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the 8% Nation podcast. This podcast is dedicated to helping you as an insurance producer get into the 8%. Cody, bro, 8% Nation is wrapped up, dude. Tell me about your thoughts, just a quick overview of how you thought this conference went in 8% Nation 2019.
Do you want like a couple sentences or just one word?
Both.
Epic.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude. Unbelievable. I would say, you know what we really tried to focus on this year? Because when you're building an event like this, it's all about two things. It's all about, number one, the experience. What's the experience like? Because people always say they don't remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel. Social media and Facebook groups and that kind of stuff like blew the freak up. I couldn't get on my phone without having 100 plus notifications every second of every day on Facebook. It was crazy. The second thing, though, even after the experience, though, you want to leave, especially when it's an insurance industry conference, you want to leave with tangible content. People learned actionable stuff, both sales and marketing related, that they could actually take into their agencies and their offices and make more money.
Yep.
Like they left with, we 10x'd the content and the knowledge that we gave them. And it was a priority in our mind. Like, okay, we have to give them the goods. And I felt like we did.
Oh, man, dude. I had so much positive feedback, dude. You were the same way. I was getting like, you could tell it made a ripple. I mean, my phone was blowing up as well. I got nothing but positive feedback. I actually had several people say the favorite thing about one of their favorite things about the conference was that it was a no recruiting event.
Yep.
Where it was just basically, I'm here to learn and get better, not just get blasted by someone trying to get me to join their team all the time.
That was by design.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. It cost you a lot of money to make that, happen.
You know what? Most people don't realize how much. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I get 50 grand back this year.
Okay.
Okay. I'm 20. I almost said like 27. Well, dude, I'm not. I'm 29 now. I'm getting old. I'm almost 30. Okay, I'm gonna be doing this conference for the next, let's just say 30 years, and be super conservative. Okay, so the first year I grabbed probably 100 grand in sponsorships from agencies. I could have grabbed another 100 this year. I could have got another 50 that I didn't get. Let's just say that like the sponsorships and the vendors and all the event doesn't grow.
Yeah.
I just lost $3-4 million.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
And I think I lost 8 figures.
Yep.
Over the next 20 years. I think I lost 8 figures in the next 20 years. But I love it, and I'm smiling because people will show up and learn more and not get recruited, and they're more likely to bring their team. We're going to have team tables next year. We're going to get in next year, 2020. It's all about helping agents, and if there's no recruiting, we're really helping them.
I agree, and I mean just to lift up that it's one thing to say one thing. It's nothing to put your money where your mouth is. I know that was a big takeaway. I mean, we had several people were talking and talking about their services, which is okay at a conference like that. Sure. But there was no hard pitches. You didn't even ask for any business or anything up from stage personally.
No, I didn't mention anything at all.
Yeah, which when you have an opportunity to do so and you choose not to, it shows your heart.
Thanks, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's awesome. We got blasted. So many people. What are some of the comments you got? After the event, just walk us through several of your favorites.
Oh my gosh. I got some longer ones like posts and stuff that were like, holy crap, this changed my life. I have learned so much. I have tangible things to where I can literally go out and I guarantee I've never made 6 figures before, but I 100% guarantee I will in the next 12 months.
I have the roadmap now.
Yeah. People commenting on the stuff they learned, the experience, the relationships, the networking. All I can say is if you're out there and you ever get a chance to come to this thing, and everybody gets a chance, right? And you miss it, goodness.
Well, I mean, why would you, But if you're an insurance producer, we talked, why don't you cover some of the content topics for those that, because this is going to be up and we're doing, 8% Nation in 2020. We're already planning for that.
Yep.
But, walk me through a couple of the major content subjects or that we went through for those that maybe didn't attend the conference. Maybe just go through it if you don't mind.
Yeah, we covered everything from Google to SEO to video ads to running a call center to scaling a call center to 25 million to introducing yourself and networking to branding yourself and getting more attention and retaining agents, even how to get more attention, which can end up helping you recruit agents if that's what you do. You covered the State of the Union of 2019 and beyond and what that looks like from a marketing standpoint. You covered everything from recruiting ads to generating long-term care leads to inbound calls for PNC. I mean, it was stupid.
That was fun. I had a lot of fun.
I was up there like, he's showing real numbers of what we're doing for people. That was insane. And I finished the Friday with the first day with steps to reach your full potential and getting people thinking bigger and motivating people and challenging them. And we went into day 2, and my father gave everything the roadmap to getting an immediate return of $12,000 from every seminar mailing, not to mention the cross-selling, residual income, and future sales and referrals. Insurance Tube guys showed you I showed you a Facebook ad from stage, and walked through it and built it. Then we got into how to run a local agency to get to 3.3 million a year in residual income, referrals, the roadmap to referrals, the exact plan, the system, responsibility rationing, how to ration responsibilities. We got up again and talked about some marketing. Irvin finished it off, Michael Irvin. I mean, it was, and that don't even include all the little masterminds, the VIP Q&A, the VIP party, all the other little things that we did.
Yeah, I had probably, the content was great, but obviously we, all of our friends were speaking. Justin Brock, Justin Fiero, Ramiz, all the guys. We talk to those guys every day, so I really enjoyed their talks. But I probably enjoyed the most the VIP party and the VIP lunches.
Yeah.
Just because, and everybody I talked to says the content was great, but when I got to sit next to the guy, I actually had a conversation today that said I got to meet the guy that created the cancer plan that we write all the time, like from Heartland. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He's like, I write hundreds of thousands of dollars of that plan, and I got to meet the guy that created it.
Heartland National Carrier.
Which was, and those are little things that the networking opportunities. I had so much fun getting to know people's agencies and getting to know their structures and hearing their ideas. And that was my favorite part. The VIP party was off the chain, man. It was so fun.
Crazy. That room was packed.
People were dancing. Your wife was getting crazy on the dance floor.
My wife was dancing. People were playing ping pong. They had a DJ there.
Oh, it was so fun.
You had like 50 people, 100 people doing the Cupid Shuffle, electric slide and all that kind of stuff. Dylan was even jumping in a little bit, It was
may have been
crazy.
A mosh pit in the corner. I don't know.
Who knows? But it was nuts. It was nuts. Insurance people are crazy, man.
Well, between, like I said, the VIP lunch, we sat there with Charlie Chena and Coach Burt and Ramiz and your dad, and got to ask them questions from the crowd, you wouldn't say this obviously, but some of the questions that I thought were intriguing was people posing the question to your dad, how did you get the results with your son like you did? And I thought that went into a whole, because then Ramiz spoke up. Yeah. And I'm sitting there as a father of 3 kids, tearing up. And, some of the ways, the takeaways that I was getting from that one session, some of those were the biggest nuggets for me as a father. It's just cool, man. You know what I mean? Being able to kind of come into the personal life of producers and kind of get behind the scenes instead of this big production / pitch / whatever it is. It was so much different than that, man.
Yeah, it's something. There's something special about events. I've felt it for years, and we finally stepped up and are actually doing it in a big way. 2020 will blow in 2019 out of the freaking water. Yeah. That I can guarantee. If you thought, the hundreds of people that thought 2019 was the best industry event they've ever been to, maybe the best event
which
they've ever
I
been to in their
heard, by
life.
the way, multiple times.
Yep.
From big dogs, not just small little, whoever's. Yep. This is Ramiz and these guys that go to conferences all the time. James, these guys are this is the best event I have been to.
Yeah.
Dude.
And if they think that, just wait for 2020.
Oh, man.
When you get people together and everyone's hanging out, you get 500 to 1,000 people hanging out for a few days, it's magical.
It really is.
If you're out there and you've not even, I'm not even saying to come to our event. You should, or you're missing out. You will not know what's going on, and you will fall behind in our industry if you don't go to this event. It's just facts. But even if you just don't go to our event, you go to other events, there's a magic and a power behind it that I love going to events, man.
Well, and my part of the heart behind our brand really is just sprinting to success together. You know what I'm saying? And if you sit, it's great to be a producer. That is absolutely what we all are doing, and we want to hit that grind, work as hard as we can. But if you don't take a second to take a deep breath, look at your personal production. That's fantastic. But then take a deep breath and take a trip, get around other producers, stretch yourself a little bit. I feel like your road to burnout is a little quicker.
Yeah.
If you just, even if you can make an extra whatever, for producing those 3 or 4 days.
Even someone in our own office came back, waking up at 4:30 now.
Yep.
Working out, reading books.
Who is that?
It's Dustin on the other side of the office. I'm telling you, man, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You have to shift your mindset. This business is a roller coaster. It's an emotional freaking roller coaster that's really tough to succeed at.
Yep.
92% fell for a reason. I believe it's the most mentally tough industry on planet Earth. I truly believe that. And if you don't surround yourself with people on the same mission as you, thinking like you, and if you don't change your mindset and get motivated every once in a while,
Yeah.
it's really, really difficult.
Well, I wanted to ask you, give me like one of your highlights for the 2 days of 8%. Like, what was something that you were like, man, like I didn't see that coming and it blew my mind. Like, what was that thing for you?
You know what it probably was? It was and I hate most people weren't there, the Thursday night mastermind.
Yeah. Dude, that was super fun.
Like when we had 40, 50 people in a small team suite above the ballroom hanging out the night before it started. We honestly didn't know what to expect.
No.
I had no idea. Full transparency.
We built in like an hour. We're like, what should we do?
I don't even know what's going to happen here. But then everybody gets in there, and I'm sitting in the middle of the room, and at one point not talking to anyone, and I just start looking around at all the conversations, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is it, man.
I'm getting
This is
emotional
it.
thinking about it.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding, man.
I am too. I thought, holy crap, this is already this good. And the event hasn't even technically started yet. Like I was legit in the middle of the room tearing up a little bit too.
Well,
really
and I
was.
in that same thing, I'm with you. I saw like 5 or 6 clients I hadn't met yet.
Yeah.
So they walk in and it's like, Spy, like just seeing everybody, like and
Yep.
just kind of hanging out and like
Ernesto.
Ernesto and all these guys that like I've been doing business with but haven't met yet, and just like
Yeah.
we're hugging, and it's so fun to just put a face to a name and get to know each other. And holy crap, you are 6'9", and like just having fun with like just there's just a personal touch. It's like in the digital age we can lose touch, with the personal.
You think you know people because you
yeah.
see them on Facebook. You really don't.
No, it's a whole different deal too. You start to meet their spouse because they were bringing their spouse.
If you're just meeting people through social media and you're never meeting them,
Yeah.
I can tell you from experience, it ain't the same.
You know what it was? You know what my highlight was? And I'm gonna give a personal shout out to Ryan Lodi.
Okay.
Okay, he shows up
10X
with his
hat.
He shows up with his 10X hat. Okay, this kid's 22, crushing it. Like I'm not gonna air his business out, but let me just say, I would love to have been where he is now at 22. Can you believe that? And I got to have lunch with the guy, and I'm sure he's gonna listen to this because, he's a client and a friend, really. But Ryan, bro, I showed my son your Facebook story. And I said, I go, look, this kid, this guy is 22 years old. He's crushing it. He's a producer. He's not afraid to succeed. His mindset blew my mind, man. I remember talking to him, and I'm like, so tell me about your business. He's like, yeah, I'm a final expense producer. He's like, I spend $2,800 a week on direct mail to drive leads.
A week?
A week, and he's 22.
No.
And I'm like, dude.
Are you sure you remember that right? 2,800
100%.
a week.
Ryan can comment on this video.
You spend 150K a year.
So, but I'm like, bro, 2,800 a week. He's like, yeah, man. He goes, I just invested, cash is trash. Grant Cardone, look at the hat. I just want to grow my business and build my business and build. And I'm like, he's like, dude,
There's something to be said for that.
but it just, that mindset is rare. Like I know guys that are 40 that are still afraid to spend, a couple
2,800 a year.
Yeah. And like, what's a marketing budget, And here's this kid just throwing $2,800, a week at direct mail and just killing it.
That's his mindset. It's a lot of the reason he's successful.
It's crazy, man. It really is. It was like the eye-opening moment for me. I'm like,
Gosh.
because really it's like, my generation, I'm 35. So I grew up, I was right before, my generation was not necessarily like, okay, let's go get a job and get a career. I was the generation that kind of saw my friends' dads start to get laid off and, okay, we can kind of do our own thing now, yada, yada. Well, but Ryan's generation is the guy that's like, there's nothing in front of me. I can go to Grant Cardone's conference, get this mindset shift, come to 8%, get this mindset shift. and just really just crush it being an insurance producer. I mean, I'm not saying college isn't good, but I'm just saying if I could trade my 4 years of experience in college, I mean, whatever. I love my college degree. I was just blown away. The dude's making bananas money.
That was, if you're an insurance agent, you learned 100x more in 2 days that will help your business than if you had went to college.
And they have insurance degrees.
We're going to change the name of the conference.
They have insurance degrees.
Yeah, they
you
do.
speak at them.
Yeah, I've spoke to the local insurance fraternity department or whatever here at MSU twice.
No offense, to anybody that's in the insurance, degree. That's no offense, but I'm just saying, like,
I got a business management degree.
I did too. I got a marketing degree.
I can tell you, I learned more on the side conversations this past weekend than I did in my entire 4 years.
So that was my takeaway. That was my
I
big
hate that.
takeaway. Is I just am like, you know what, like this mindset thing that Cody talks about all the time, and just thinking bigger and doing things. It's like it shocks people sometimes about what he pulls off, but the more I look at it, the younger people I see thinking like that,
They're more likely to adopt that mindset too.
dude. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like a weird thing
It
that's
is.
going on,
It is.
and an exciting thing, but it's like brain overload.
It was such a crazy 2 days that we could sit here for like 24 hours
Dude,
nonstop.
We
and
almost
talk
should do
about it.
another podcast in Vegas.
Oh, for
just
real.
to defrag.
Especially when you start thinking about 2020, because we're going to be in Vegas and we're already starting to think about 2020
Yeah.
in Vegas.
That's a great segue. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about 2020 8%. So cast a vision. What'd you learn from 2019? What do we have to look forward to in 2020? Give me obviously we don't have details because 8%
Yeah.
ended 2 days ago, but cast a little bit of a vision for me if you can, a 10,000 foot view.
All I can say is there's going to be I'm going to bump up the experience level even more. I'm going to bump up the exclusive level even more.
Yep.
We're going to even add a couple other ticket levels that we don't have that get crazy access to all this kind of stuff.
Maybe a private island party.
Maybe a private island party after the event. Who knows, right? That's a little teaser. It's true. Maybe. Right? More parties, more masterminds, more Q&A. We're going to have more time to hang out. I'm also going to bring in, it's crazy to say, the speaker lineup is only going to be better. It's going to get better.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. No disrespect to anyone that spoke at 2019 because it was ridiculously awesome. I think we can make it even better. I just do. So from that perspective, and having it in Vegas and thinking bigger, I'm thinking bigger about how can we give back to the industry? How can this, my purpose and my thought for 8% 2020 is I want so much attention, value, and it to be the most ridiculous experience someone's ever had that in July of 2020, it echoes through the entire industry that if you do not come to this moving forward, you won't make it.
Well, from my perception, because I wasn't a part of 2018, my perception was 2018 was a great start.
It was a great start, but it was
big
a
bang.
joke compared to
A big bang.
2019.
So then 2019 came in, and it was like, I remember us sitting there at the office while your team was already in Dallas. I mean, you were kind of like, why are we not like super crazy busy? What's going on? Because it was under control. It was excellently put together. I mean, sure, there was some curveballs, but really not that many.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't like ever like any bit of panic or anything. So I feel like you got your feet under you and we got our feet under us. And now it's just time to scale, dude.
It is, man. We've learned enough. We've made enough mistakes. I'm going to keep making mistakes. That's just what I do. That 2020, the third year, I've learned enough to scale it.
Yep.
I've learned enough to 10x the experience that was 2019.
You know what I thought was interesting?
I mean, we're thinking about some crazy creative stuff that will blow people's mind when we release it. And we're still not thinking big enough.
One of the things that I would like for you to talk about, just there was a weird phenomenon that happened that I noticed and you noticed, which was, it seemed like the premier were more engaged, sitting front row, taking notes than the VIP. For some reason, the VIP was more engaged than the GA. Like, what do you think was going on there? Like, it was kind of weird, man, because I felt like most of my like excitement and just like all this, it kind of was like all premier and VIP people.
It was. It was. If you are, and I don't mean this financially in any way, because I gave away some VIP seats and we're selling them for a couple $100, et cetera. Like, it's not about, my goal is to make it the most ridiculous event you've ever seen, the experience level to be insane, and to eventually just break even. Like, I'm not doing this to make money off the event.
Yeah.
I'm not at all in any way, and I don't want to. Like, if I ever do, I'm putting it back in. You heard it here first. But if you buy a general admission ticket to an event, you're not as serious. If you
Maybe I'll go. Something
Ma-
came up.
Yep.
It's only, GA.
I've got a birthday party to go to.
Yeah. Oh
right?
my gosh, dude.
I mean, come on. You're not as serious about your success. You're not as serious about 10x in your freaking life and your business and the industry. Because if you are, and even when you show up for GA, I can't give you as good of an experience as I want to give you. You got to sit in the back of the room. You can't eat lunch with me.
Are you going to have a
You can't
GA?
hang out in the lounge. You can't have a party.
You going to have a GA next year? I don't think so.
No, and I'm shaking my head like I'm on, like I'm on video when we're doing a podcast. But no, we're not rolling out a GA because I don't want you leaving saying anything other than this was the best experience of my life. And if you come GA, I can't give you that experience.
Yeah.
Now, I can fluff the numbers with GA
Yeah.
and fill the back of the room.
Yeah.
It isn't about that.
No.
Like for it's just not. For us to scale to 10,000 agents one day, which is my dream, it ain't going to happen with a bunch of GAs because you're not going to come back.
It just wasn't as good of experience.
Yeah, you're going to learn some stuff. The content's still ridiculous, but the experience is where it's at.
Well,
And we learned that this year.
To add on to your point, I personally had multiple conversations, and these are just conversations that I had with people that said, I picked up something. I am changing the trajectory of what I'm doing. I'm going from belly to belly to telesales, and here's why. I'm going from Medicare to final expense, here's why. Or whatever, because whatever.
Or vice versa, yeah.
Or vice versa. Yeah, I mean, it's not about one or the other. I'm just saying it was big nuggets that like they took away and said, okay, I'm changing my business, which is not small. Good grief.
Yeah, this year, over the last several months, I thought the way to scale this was to have a free seating section. I was wrong. I was still making mistakes. And it's that hopefully that'll prove my heart because I'm not trying to make money off of ticket sales.
Well, I know you didn't. I know you lost money on ticket sales.
Yeah, I always lose money on ticket sales.
So
because I want people there, you know. But there's something to be said for Grant Cardone selling a, $500, 2,000, 2,500, 5K, 10K, 20K seats. Yeah. Because he has to deliver on the experience, and those people are more serious. When someone pays $500 or to sit premier or $1,000, and that's still such little amount of money to have like a great seat at our event, they leave with an experience that is 1,000x what they paid. And the more you pay, the better of experience you have.
It was weird to me,
and that's not me trying to sell tickets.
The front row, Remiz brings 20 people to the front row. And I'm just like, you from stage, you can kind of see what's going on. I'm seeing people in GA taking calls and walking out. But yet the front row, those front 4 or 5 rows are just like furiously taking notes. And it's just a different mindset, And I just thought it was interesting. It was a weird phenomenon. I didn't see it coming.
We learned it. That's what we learned about this year is why do conferences have a GA seating section? Stupid.
Well, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Learn, live and learn.
You do, man. You do. I know that's harsh, but it's all about the experience and getting people to come back and helping people. And I can not help them as much if they sit in the back and they can't go to eat lunch or to the party or meet anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you have any sort of final thoughts that, I'm not sure if we'll do another podcast on 8% or not. So now's your chance to kind of say, you know what? If I could say one thing, it'd be this regarding 2019 8%.
There's a lot of things I can't release yet. All I have to say is there will be events that happen at 2020 that even the people that purchase them won't know where they're going yet.
Yeah.
Okay? If that is any inkling. Also, there will be speakers that speak at 8% 2020 that you will never dreamed would have spoken at an insurance conference.
Well,
You
you
know,
gave me a
not
little
hosted
bit
by
of
an
teasers.
IMO.
Yeah, a couple teasers.
It's going to be in Vegas. It's probably going to be July of 2020. Probably going to be in the last 2 weeks of July 2020. Good chance. You can't hold me to it.
Okay.
But all I can say is we're trying to think bigger. And we're trying to think about you as the attendee and the whole experience level in general.
I mean, it's hard to realize that there's a bigger level, but I do envision a stadium filled with insurance agents just not getting recruited and just cheering on for each other
Dude, it's
and
gonna
sprinting
come.
together. That's the heart of this
It
thing.
is going to come. Like, I want to look back in 2020, July of 2020, July, whatever, the end of July, and it's over, and be proud of what we're doing. And I am, but I'm not.
Okay.
Successful people maybe are never totally proud. But I want to also remain incredibly humble and not make it about me, because it ain't,
No
you know.
doubt.
And hopefully that's been the case so far, and hopefully it's been evident.
Well,
of that.
some people listening to this and watching this on YouTube are going to want to check out the content. Are we making that available? The 2019 8%. How are they going to be able to get that? What's that going to look like?
Yeah, Dylan's actually editing, working on editing and uploading the 8% Nation 2019 keynotes and every event and all that, and actually looking at uploading the recording to make that available
Where
for
do
anyone
they
that
find
missed
that?
it.
Where do they find that?
We're going to make sure that it's on 8percentnation.com, our 8% Nation Facebook page, and we'll probably even end up adding it to our Cody Askins page as well, just because that's where we have some shops and some courses and stuff.
Cool. All right. Well, anything else, my friend?
Don't miss 2020. Do not freaking miss 2020. And I'm going to come out with some mega super early bird crazy deals. If you know that you need to be there, if you know you're going to attend, you might as well invest now. And over the next few months, I'm going to give you a chance to sit closer, have better experiences, and do some crazy stuff, and actually reward those for doing it early. Like, we were selling VIP tickets at the conference for
we
2020.
We sold a bunch.
Yeah, we sold a lot for $97. Premier for $197. Like, you can't go to other conferences and pay a year in advance and actually get rewarded at that hefty of a deal.
That is true. And you're not doing a GA.
And we're not doing GA.
So now is the cheapest, most cost-effective time to just make the commitment to better your career.
And it cost me $50 to $100 per person in food.
Yeah.
By the time you account it's probably closer to $100 when you account both lunches, when you account coffee, water, lemonade, when you account the cookies and snacks, when you count the VIP party food. Like, when you count it all, I'm paying $100 a person in
Well,
food.
you paid, I think, $25,000 for the party.
I did.
Yeah. Just so we could network.
Just so we can network and hang out. Yep.
I mean,
For real.
That's our, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of people you want to be around is you invested to connect the industry.
For 2 hours.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man. Dude.
Thank
fun.
you, buddy. Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody that was a part of 2019 and 2018, and that's going to be a part of 2020.
Thanks, guys.